then why?
Why?
Down Yankanawa.
Sister, course. Use gas. Gas ye fast, ye easy, ye convenient.
LPG, let me see your hand. Who I got?
Hello and welcome back to Talktime. And as I said from the very beginning, we are going to be taking a look at a very crucial sector of the national life. We're going to be taking a look at tourism, creative arts, and culture. And we are particularly privileged to have with us in the Kwame Nkrumah studio, Honorable Abla Jifa Gomashi, the minister responsible for the sector. Madam, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much, Uncle KWESI. What a privilege it is to sit in the studio with you for many reasons. One, I'm terrified what you're going to ask me. Two, I am totally in awe of what you stand for. And three, that you've given us this brilliant and beautiful young girl I like to call my sister, who is doing fantastic in the space. I've had opportunity to sit with in one of your studios, but it's my first time in the Kwame Nkrumah studio, a name that evokes a lot of emotions and passion. So I'm really delighted to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
I'm also delighted to have you there.
Thank you.
Honorable, why did we put tourism, culture, and creative arts together?
Thank you. First of all, I think that tourism is about movement, moving from what you have into a place where something you would like to see, something that speaks to your heart, something that excites you. And many things excite people differently. And people travel for different reasons. The reason why people come to our country is because of our culture and our heritage, both the tangible and intangible ones. And the medium through which our culture, some aspects of our culture, is transmitted and shared with the world is through creative arts. And so it just makes sense that if you're looking at the hub of all of these, then Ghana in Africa, and especially in West Africa, Ghana will be the place to come to. And so that realignment through that executive instrument in 2013, the first time, came into being. And for me, it was the best decision. Because when you are looking at safari, Ghana may not come easily to your mind. But if you're looking at Pan-Africanism, if you're looking at festivals, tradition, culture, in all its aspects, with the food and the music and everything, then we really are a force to reckon with. So that realignment is why we put it that way.
Specifically, what agencies come under your ministry?
13 of them.
Wow.
Yes, it's overwhelming sometimes. Some of them also having overlapping responsibilities and all. But the National Theatre, with the 3 resident groups, so Ebibi Groma, Dance Ensemble, and Symphony Orchestra, are part of the ministry. The Ghana Museums and Monuments Board is a part of the ministry. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park is a part of the ministry. The Du Bois Memorial Park is part of the ministry. Ghana Tourism Authority, Ghana Tourism Development Company, Pan-African Writers Association, who have I forgotten? Hot Cat, which is a school that trains people in the hospitality ecosystem. Creative Arts Agency, National Film Authority. So all of these agencies are under the ministry. I complain that it's quite a lot, but it would have been good to even add PADMO. Because we are talking about a ministry that's promoting Pan-Africanism. And these 3 giants are here in this country, Kwame Nkrumah, PADMO, and Du Bois. It would have been good that they are all under one umbrella, which is the ministry. But as it stands now, Padmore is with the Ministry of Education. Yes. But these are the agencies that are under. And of course, the National Commission on Culture.
What about the Diasporan Secretariat?
It is not under the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. It's under the Office of the President.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And so is the Black Star Experience. It's also under the presidency.
Mm.
Yes.
You've been there for 1 year.
Yes.
What have you found?
Not a lot that is different from what I've known in the 41 and counting years that I've been in this sector. But a few things that are a bit troubling. I found that, for example, the Ghana Tourism Development Company, it is a company. So you would expect that every year they'll go and renew their papers, but they were not doing that. So from 2018 or so, they hadn't renewed their
company registration.
Right. And I also found that we still do not have, as a country, indicators that count what contribution we bring as a sector to the national kitty. And thankfully, it's something that we had been working on even when I was deputy minister. So in the first year, I was able to launch that, the UNESCO 2030 cultural indicators. So hopefully we'll be able to present raw data that the state can now see that because of this sector, this is how much we get. So when I'm demanding what is our portion, the Ministry of Finance will not put us at the bottom of the pile when they are distributing the national wealth. Then also, because of the same lack of data, we also have been working with the statistical services. And for the first time, we have measurable contribution from the sector. And all of these are going to help us perhaps position ourselves better with those who take the bigger decisions of how much comes to which area and how much we should get, so we can do more than we have done. Again, I also see that a lot of times, because we are in the media space, things happen, we talk about it and it's gone. So we decided to curate the things that we are doing in the newsletter. And they're not done completely, but this is how it's going to look, so that we can capture the things that we do. So we'll be able to share this, for example, at Pan-African TV's reception. People come and they know what the Ministry of Tourism has been doing. Again, the cultural policy of our country was, the first one was outlawed in 2004. It's been too long that we have not done anything about it. So we have, it's gone through a lot of work from even when I was deputy minister once again. And the likes of Akunu Dake, Nantisi, and UNESCO, Kalampa and his bosses, all the bosses that have come through there, and especially now that Munkaila is there, have helped us to revise it. I've written to Cabinet for it to be approved so we can launch it. So we have an updated Ghana cultural policy, one that tells all of us as a people the kinds of things that we share in common and which ones we put out there and celebrate ourselves and also share with the world. The Committee on Socials have sat, they have looked at it and okayed it, but it's waiting for the Presidents and Cabinet to approve, and then we'll have it launched. There are some things that the ministry is noted for, like every year we celebrate Pana Fest and emancipation and all those kinds of things. But we've added some new things because tourism thrives when you have new products. because when people have come here once, twice, they need a reason why they should come a third time. So you need to constantly evolve and improve on the products that you have. So we've added what we call Afro-Gastro. Afro-Gastro being African gastronomy. Because, KWESI, in my struggles to go to school, to find my place in the sector and all of that, was also the fact that I've cooked around quite a bit of in countries that you would not imagine. For 6 years, I used to cook and sell in, for example, Trinidad and Tobago.
Wow.
Yes. And they loved my light soup, they loved my contomere with rice, and they loved, of course, Ghanaians love, and most people like cocoa except me. I don't like plantain when it's ripe.
Yeah.
I don't like sugar in my food. I don't mind if it's in a drink, but food, it doesn't sit well with me because I like spicy. But I've cooked in Trinidad and Tobago, Dominican Republic, in the US, in Angola, because it created opportunities for me to show what we have as Ghanaians. And I realized that a lot of these countries with Afro descendants have a lot that we have in common. But because of geographical space and our inability to travel to those places, we are not able to connect through the low-hanging fruits that cultural diplomacy offers. So we decided to invite African countries, all the embassies, to come and cook what they identify that we have. And it was amazing. In fact, the AU heard about us and sent some, I think about 6 or 7 of them came to witness what we did at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. So this year we are going to do it again. But there's also something we started last year that to commemorate the independence, the Heritage Month, the Ghana Culture Day, and all of that. We would, during the Ghana Culture Day, celebrate our dishes. That's promoting food and as part of our culture. So last year we had 68 at 68 because we were 68 years. So we had 68 different dishes from 16 regions in Ghana. And we had the traditional caterers and the Chefs Association participate in this. So this year is going to be 69 at 69 on Saturday. And hopefully now that you know, you join us and come and taste some of the food. But these are the things that we're doing. We are also recognizing that the ministry itself and its 13 agencies cannot do it alone. So we do partner with private people as well. And it's with a lot of excitement that I joined my colleague, Member of Parliament for Gumwa, to launch the Hot Wave Gumwa Easter Carnival. I've told him to rename it because it's rather a mouthful, to call it Sakramudo Festival, because it's unique. Yeah. So in the first year, last year, I spoke with Honorable Apenyo Makin and Honorable KWESI MP Bachman that I love Sakramudo, even though it was scary when I was a child. In my adult life, I like it because of the dancing and the brass band music, the elegance of it all, and the spectacle that it offers. So I said to them that the two of them, these two MPs, should have a joint celebration of Sakramudo. But it was just conversation. But A+, Kwame Asari, okay, I forget his real name.
Yeah, everybody knows him.
Yes, of right, A+, yes. MP for Gumwa, has taken it to another level. He's found sponsors and he's going to have an Easter version of the Sakramudo Festival. And I'm very happy that we are supporting with our presence and under the auspices of the ministry for us to have this Sakramudo Festival in April. So there's that. And this year, we're also going to have the NAFAC. I'm sure you remember NAFAC. NAFAC is a National Arts and Festival celebration that we have in all the regions in one particular place, showcasing what makes you unique, what makes your area unique. And it's every 2 years. So this year, we didn't have it last year, so this year we're going to have it. And that's in sometime in November. And of course, the ones I call the rituals, like the Pana Fest and the Emancipation and Easter in KWESI and what have you. But we've also discovered that in the southern part of the country, especially in Volta region, there's also they don't even do promotions, but the crowd that you find in Sugakop, Uncle KWESI, you can spend 3-4 hours just crossing that short bridge.
Wow.
During Easter. If you don't leave before dawn, don't know who there. Don't know who rough.
Yeah.
They celebrate the Tochobeza. It's different from Hobechuchu. It's also a story of migration, but they enact how the clans arrived in what we now call Sukwe traditional area, and they come on boats on the water, and then they have a derba of all of them. It is absolutely breathtaking, beautiful. And then they have this part where the young people dive from the bridge into the water.
Yeah.
So we're participating in that as well. And then there's the Vuja Regatta, which was started, I think this must be the 5th year or so, but I just launched it also with the Ghana Culture Day celebration. So we're partnering them as well. So we're spreading out and inviting private people to be the engine of growth in the sector. And these are some of the things that in the 1 year we have done. So I'm looking at the legal framework within which we are working, and those that are old to update them, because life is not static and things are changing, and there's now new media that is overwhelming all of us. So they must also find expression in the laws that we work with. So that's what 1 year has been looking like. Yes.
Well, we are in a conversation with the Honorable Abna Chifa-Gomashi, Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, I'd like to find out what is happening. Seeing a lot of food festivals. What is happening? Are you in it?
Yes.
You know. So short break.
Stay back and stay safe. The National Petroleum Authority is cautioning the public to desist from scooping or fetching fuel from overturned fuel tankers at accident scenes. Again, do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos or pictures. Inhaling the petroleum product is detrimental to your health. Worst of all, petroleum products are volatile and highly flammable, and a small spark can trigger a catastrophic explosion, causing deaths and loss of properties. Don't let a moment of desperation lead to a lifetime of regret. If you see an overturned tanker, stay back and stay safe. Call trained professionals such as the Ghana Fire Service or Ghana Police personnel to handle the scene, or reach the National Petroleum Authority's contact center on 0302 550 380. Your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel. This Save a Life campaign is from the National Petroleum Authority, NPA.
and we're in conversation with the Honorable Abna Jifa Gomashi, Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts.
Yes.
I've noticed that we are organizing a lot of food festivals. Last Saturday was the KK Festival, there had been the Akpane Festival, Jollof Festival. What is happening?
We're eating. So I think that food just gives us the soft power that brings people together. And it doesn't matter whether you speak in Zima or not. Your palate should appreciate acheke with tilapia, right? And it doesn't matter whether you speak the area where my favorite is it Tubani?
Tubani.
Yes. I like it. I like that beans cake thing. I don't speak the language, but I like the food, and especially when it's with the powdered pepper and it's well done. My mouth is watering right now. And whether you speak or not, you should be able to appreciate so alo bobitadi. So I think food just brings people together, and it's also a way of creating opportunities for people to find jobs to do. KWESI, when I had Mama's Kitchen, I had finished writing my diploma, I had my first degree, I had my MPhil, but I thought that I had the salary from the National Theatre was stifling, so I resigned and I set up Mama's Kitchen, and I deliberately put my certificates on the wall to remind me where I'm going. But cooking at that place gave me resources that all the years in acting and at the National Theatre didn't give me. You see, so it is a job opportunity, and it's also an enabler for peace, an enabler for sustenance, an enabler for, as I said, job creation. And also it's part of the thing that people remember about our country. Nobody can claim that they put their energy behind the promotion of jollof, our kind of jollof. Many people claim that they have jollof, but Ghana jollof is Ghana jollof. But the world celebrates it. So just like I did with the fabric, we've always celebrated Kente. In fact, I led the team that had the convention on the ratification of the convention that allows us to call ourselves true members of UNESCO, to preserve that part of our heritage. And I say the diversity is the beauty of it all. And perhaps you were raised eating everything corn because you come from the South. But as we are doing all these food festivals and so on, we are introducing and cross-cutting cultures, because we must have a Ghana culture, not a Ghana tribe. Yes, we all belong to some tribe or the other, but we must look beyond that tribe and look at our Ghana. What is in the Ghana? And let's introduce it to each other. Let our children also appreciate it. Because you see, the so-called developed countries, when they come here, they come with their businesses, and they come with the soft power too. So there are all these pizza joints around too. If we don't put our energies behind ours, we will soon be consumed. And so there's that consciousness, that's realization that we have to be deliberate about the promotion of our culture, not as an afterthought, but on the front burners, that when you wake up in the morning and you say, thank you, God, for the gift of this life, you must decide that from what you drink, what you wear, what you eat, that Ghana comes first. So we are going to be in your faces. We are going to be in all your spaces until you come along with us, so that this sector, which I believe has the potential of bringing in more than it is doing, and more than some of the traditional products that we celebrate, like cocoa, like gold, and so on, because they too can finish. What's the alternative? The alternative is to make us a real hub for cultural immersion, for a cultural experience, for a celebration of just heritage and what have you. So food just offers us that opportunity. And I'm very excited that media houses also have all these food fairs, and private people, young people. And Satya, congratulations on the 10th anniversary of the Kinke Fest. I remember the first day you walked into my office when I was a deputy minister, and see how far you have come. And I hope that other young people will not look at themselves as, I've been to university, so I cannot cook and sell. Listen, there's more money. I'm telling you from experience, not from hearsay. I'm telling you that it provided me a lot of resource. And then in what where's Bani what? So no, it doesn't matter that you have been to university. Cooking is not for those who have not gone to school. It's for all of us. Chefs around the world, in so-called developed countries, they all cook. Yes. So that's why you have all this food everywhere.
Yeah, but I'm noticing that the festivals are about popular foods. Kenke, apple, jollof, and so on. And I'm noticing at the same time that many of our foods are simply dying.
Yes.
You struggle to find something like a piti.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, could we revive interest in the dying foods? Dying but very nutritious and tasty foods.
I mean, this is brilliant, and it is timely too. And it's the reason why we have 69 at 69. So the dishes that will be showcased on Saturday will be the ones that the young people don't even know about. And I've used this example on many platforms that it is difficult to find Subwe.
Subwe, what is that?
So Subwe is a leaf, and I'm still struggling to find the English name. That my mother used to put in palm nut soup, and it's bigger than moringa. The leaf is bigger than moringa, and it comes almost like a leaf kind of thing. And if we are not eating the palm nut soup with fufu, then Mama will put the Subwe in the soup so that we eat it with banku or with rice or with yam. But many young people do not know it, and you see, we stand the risk, as you have identified, of losing these things. And in losing them, we lose also the job opportunities therein. And that's why language must not die, because it is the language that carries those
Teremu, for example. Teremu is a delicious dish.
Is it?
Made out of plantain.
Okay.
And wheat flour.
Is it?
And some spices.
Wow.
And palm oil. But it's baked.
It's baked?
Yeah.
But so it must have another name.
It's baked in the Earthenwell pot.
Is it?
You know, yeah.
You are learning, oh. Now Angosi is not talking politics, he's talking food. He's talking culture. Well, so you see, we have recognized that as well, which is why during Ghana Culture Month and Ghana Culture Day, we bring out all these foods that the traditional caterers know about. But it's not enough. KWESI, I'm using your platform to appeal to our caterers, our hoteliers, all the people in the ecosystem of tourism who provide food. At every coffee break, you can count a variety of things, and they're all flour-based. They are all bread of a sort. And I'm thinking, so those of us who don't eat flour, what should we do?
Yeah.
I mean, we have so much. And some excuses we hear is that foreigners also, but the foreigner knows that they can't find everything that they have in their country where they have come. Is that not the reason why they came? So why are we hiding our food? Why is our food in the background and not in the front? I mean, why shouldn't people like Hilly Willy? So ordinarily, this it's offended. Teremu. This teremu that KWESI is talking about, if people who like Hilly Willy have it, and you have this beautiful narrative of what it is, they will jump at it. But we shortchange ourselves. When all we want to serve is little bits of all kinds of things. You know what it is that you have been serving. I don't want to be promoting it, but it's a real challenge. I remember when I set up Mama's Kitchen, I wanted to do only local food. One, because I myself, I'm a foodie. I like food. I like cooking too. And I did okra soup. I did lamu, which is fancy. Just said that ours is a little watery. It's soupy. Ours is more soupy. And yours is stewed up a bit. And abobitaji, of course. And for food light soup. And KWESI, the people who came the first 2 days, all they wanted was fried rice. So I called Auntie Bella, Mrs. Ahun, who owns Traffics at the National Theatre. And I said, hey, Auntie Bella, I said, I'm going to be in trouble, because the soup is here. People are not asking for it. And when I tell them how I've done it, they're not even impressed. They want fried rice. And I don't know how to make fried rice. I called my restaurant Mama's Kitchen, because everything I know about cooking was from my mother's kitchen. And you like, Auntie Bella, you like my abobi. You say I make the best abobi. Why are they not interested in my abobi? She said, well, you want to make your money. Don't insist that they should eat what you are cooking. So add small fried rice to what you are doing. Eventually, they will turn around and come to it. So I said, okay. So indeed, she sent her chef to come and teach me how to do fried rice. And it took 2-3 years. I had it for 10 years. In the 3rd year, then people started knowing that a wokla and a bobby, if you want some, you have to go to Jifagomashi's place at Medina. So it took a while to get people to warm into it. Look, caterers and hoteliers and all the people inside there, keep offering it in small bits perhaps, because you don't want to lose money as well. But you cannot have that excuse of you're cooking for foreigners as well. Okay? Because really, we shoot ourselves in the foot. So I agree totally with you that it's only the popular ones that are being made more popular, and the traditional ones that are healthier are all being forgotten. I think parenting too has changed, hasn't it? Completely. Parenting has changed, where most parents are overwhelmed with work, and so they're not even cooking at home as much as they should. So they're buying food from outside. And for the traders also, then it's easier. I think it's about comfort and what to go faster. So let's just promote a lot of our local dishes and see how that too can take a life of its own. And it will create opportunities for new entrepreneurs in the ecosystem, you see. So let's all listen to Uncle KWESI and go and look for...
Actually, I'm thinking about retiring in 3 years and just spend the rest of my life cooking.
Is it?
Yeah, just cooking this extraordinary dishes that we are
Wow.
So that's for the future.
But it's gonna allow you to go. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure that Ghana is going to allow you to retire like that.
Well, I have to.
At some point.
Else, you know.
Yes. Life is not static. You're right. Yes.
So viewers, we are in a conversation with the Honorable Abdullah Jifagomashi, Minister, Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. And we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, I'd like to look at national infrastructure as it relates to tourism.
Absolutely.
Whether we've established the link and what are we doing about improving national infrastructure. Short break.
Me don't. Gana biana. Ah, what for Jibri aba be so every time no pa I say baby shit. Manga shi.
Junior. I'm saying so now for me be the no.
Sister Cospa, it's a winning gas.
I'm using the why.
Why?
Down yankana wa.
Sister Cos. Use gas. Gas ye fast, ye easy, ye convenient. And
You get LPG, let me see your hand. Who I got?
Well, welcome back to Talk Time, and we are in conversation with the Honorable Ablan Jafar Gomashi, Minister of Tourism, Creative Arts, and Culture. Now, national infrastructure. What impact does it make on tourism, or is it making on tourism? And are we establishing the correct links? What are we doing about it?
This is a very sensitive area, but what has to be said has to be said. So thank you for asking it. There's a huge deficit, truth be told. I think that we pay a lot of lip service to the sector. The records will show that the budget, when it's being read, always puts this sector at the bottom of the pile. When they've shared that and there's the jara under, they scrape the bottom of the pot and then they pass it to us. So we're not able to invest as much as we should. And that's been from as long as I can remember. But there's hope. There's hope. We are in talks with business people, and whenever we have the opportunity to go and meet the diplomatic community and so on, we do put this forward. But I think that the state itself needs to be seen to be doing a little bit more than we have been doing. The forts and castles, in our records, they receive the highest arrivals. And yet, they are still in that same state. Now, the monies that are collected from these facilities go into the national kitty. We are able to retain a little bit of it, which really just takes care of staff monuments and also little bits of things. It is not able to reinvest in the facility that is, shall we call it the golden hen, that's, bringing the income. So if we look at, for example, the amount of money that was recorded in the recent past, records say over 4.8 billion is what the receipts were. If Ministry of Finance decides that they're going to give us even 2 million out of that, we should be able to improve upon the forts and castles, add something else. Because you see, it is when someone is attached to, for example, that tangible cultural heritage of forts and castles, but they've been there once or twice, I must give them a reason why they should come a third time. And it is in promoting that, for example, the Cape Coast Castle now has perhaps an accommodation facility, and it's cheaper and nicer than the hotels around the place. It's a reason to come back, to come and see. When you were there before, there was no hotel or there was no guest house, but now there is one. And this guest house doesn't only provide you with a comfortable bed, but it also has perhaps a resident combo band, which will churn out high life throughout the evening, and so it's relaxing. That is reason for repetitive visitation.
Yeah.
And that increases the revenue that comes to us. But the facilities are still in the same state. Private sector, if you are watching us on Pan-African television, I'm saying that come or call me, let's have a conversation. You want a place to invest your resources and make the income. We will work with you. BOT, PPP, whatever. We are flexible and we can do these things with you. Some of the facilities to KWESI don't belong to the ministry. They belong to individuals or other ministries. And so we are just beneficiaries of what they have. But then again, it's the same story. No proper investment goes into it. I was at Osu Castle with the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis only on Friday, and I was so heartbroken. I'm very willing to take you on a tour of that place, and you would cry. This is, the history of that castle transcends colonialism. It was the seat of our government for years. And the state in which it is now. And I sent this Prime Minister who wanted to see it, and I thought, oh my God, this is wealth. And that particular one is not yet under the ministry. It's still under the households. So it's under the presidency. With switches falling apart, windows tilted, out of the hinge because of the sea breeze and all of that. But look, it's just about time that we indeed, truly and really put our money where our mouths are. We know that the sector brings in so much. If we take a decision that we are going to invest a little bit more in there, we should be able to recoup that as quickly as possible. And the example is with this, my government, with President Mahama, with the building of T3. T3, I'm told that the money that was put in there, they are recouping, you see, and the forts and castles are legacies from colonialism. So it's not that we did anything about it, but it's yielded so much. And it's time that we just agree that to let tourism, take another life that it potentially can. Let's put some money inside there. For one, yeah, can be mama, Uncle say, can be mama, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. What come bro for what's one thing? What's one fine you? Honestly, about some. When he went to join his colleague president to open their museum, and the conversations that the side events, he was really looking for support for the sector. But indeed, it does affect the output. What we are not in lack of is talent. We don't lack talent. In fact, we have more than we can export. Okay, but the platform and the facilities for them to be able to exhibit their talent and what they have spent hours developing for us has been the challenge. So most of the theaters around the country stalled from President Rawlings and President Mills, and they are still, most of them are still in that state. And well.
The other thing which used to be very interesting was the inter-school competition.
Yes.
Band competition, pop bands, and so
yes.
They are dead.
They are unfortunately dead, especially the second cycle institutions where these young talents were unearthed. But we have started on our own, on a very small scale, with the Ghana Culture Forum, where every year during the month of March, there's a competition among schools. but it is not. It doesn't even scratch the surface of it. I've had occasion to have a conversation with the Minister for Education and appeal to him. In fact, this is before our vetting. I appeal to him that we reintroduce culture not on the fringe, but in the thick of it, because it's a new frontier, really. How many people can education employ? How many people can the health sector employ? But there's a lot of talent out there. So if we give them a platform to discover themselves early, by the time they're my age, they'll become gurus. So indeed, it is true that entertainment at that discovery level has really died, as you said. But perhaps it's a good point to also appeal to the old students when you're doing your homecomings, and it's catching up now, right?
Yeah.
It's catching up where schools are going back to their alma maters and doing amazing stuff that perhaps we add as part of the interventions that we are doing with renovating dining halls and dormitories and providing washroom facilities and so on, that we also create this opportunity for our young people to discover themselves. And at this point, let me applaud Holy Child School. I watched a clip of their homecoming, which was, I think, last weekend. The Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opokwajiman, attended as the guest of honor. And I saw that the girls performed live band music.
Wow.
Oh, it was amazing, Uncle KWESI. I'll send you the clip.
Wow.
It's beautiful. And the song was, I think it was created by them because the name of the school is in there, and the values and ethics that they learn are all in the song. And I thought that was amazing. So perhaps the state itself is not in a position to provide the instruments and so on for as many schools as we have. But all students, as I'm saying, as part of the interventions that you do, perhaps you want to consider that for your schools. Because the stories that we hear around your generation is that those of you who had the ones we call the stars, okay, that they were your classmates and all, and you all played in some band or the other, and it's really heartwarming to hear that. Who was I going to mention that just slipped my mind? Somebody said that they used to play in the school band.
I mean the Bessa and so on.
Yes,
came from the school band
see,
culture.
see. So
Bessa ended up with the Sibisa.
Yes.
And so on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Bessa, one club was in. One club was in. You are president of music, so it should be one of the reasons why you can't see me. You know the other one, I've told you don't can't see me about it. But this one you can't see me about it.
Other one?
They like funerals. What's in your first class? Or check on but I don't want to be burying people. I want to be building people.
Yeah.
But it's important because
and people like Bessa and so
yes,
on, they should be able to adopt schools.
Yes.
Go there, teach them, music and so on.
You're right.
And some of it is not expensive.
Yes.
And what does it take to get a ball group?
Right.
Very little investment.
Right.
So,
Right.
Anyway,
Right. Yes.
so we are in conversation with the Honorable Minister for Tourism, Creative Arts and Culture. And we're going to go for a short break. Now, when we come back, I'm going to ask a very broad question. Just one question. What is it broadly that we can do to lift up your sector as an effort to promote development? That's all. Short break.
back and stay safe. The National Petroleum Authority is cautioning the public to desist from scooping or fetching fuel from overturned fuel tankers at accident scenes. Again, do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos or pictures. Inhaling the petroleum product is detrimental to your health. Worst of all, petroleum products are volatile and highly flammable, and a small spark can trigger a catastrophic explosion, causing deaths and loss of properties. Don't let a moment of desperation lead to a lifetime of regret. If you see an overturned tanker, stay back and stay safe. Call trained professionals such as the Ghana Fire Service or Ghana Police personnel to handle the scene, or reach the National Petroleum Authority's contact center on 0302 550 380. Your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel. The Save a Life campaign is from the National Petroleum Authority, NPA.
For tourism, culture, and creative arts. Now, my last question. What is it broadly that we can do to uplift your sector, see your sector as a tool for development, and generally use it to improve the well-being of the Ghanaian people?
Perhaps two important ones amongst the many others will be the capacity building of the industry players. The building of the capacity of the industry players is crucial because, you see, I've said on many platforms that my late mother told our neighbor when I was a child that this child of mine popped out of my womb dancing. So it was empowering for my mother to tell our neighbor not to speak about me because Mama understood that this child of her is a dancer. And for me, for a child, that was really like a check. It's done. Mama knows I'm a dancer. So no matter what anybody says, but it's one thing having the talent, and it's another thing being taught how to turn that into a commodity that is sellable. And there's a huge gap in that. Unfortunately also is the fact that when we become stars, we don't want to be guided. We don't want to be taught the rudiments of the game. So we go and then we crash. We go and then we pick up again and then we crash and so on. So there has to be a deliberate and concerted effort in harnessing the human resource within the ecosystem. And it has to be very well structured, not only within academic environment, but also that you have opportunities to learn from those who have done it before. They may not have even gone through the formal training space, but you cannot discount years of experience also. So you go and learn about it. Then we pair you up with somebody who has done it for years, and they can tell you the story of how they could have done better. So now you have opportunity to do better. So we need that. And then also we need investment in the infrastructure. Look, I went to theater school. I went to the School of Performing Arts for my first degree. But I also did courses at the School of Admin because I wanted to know how to market myself. So I went and studied marketing in that school. There's a place for each craft in the ecosystem. But all of us, including the churches, are competing for the same space. So you would have prepared yourself. So you've gone through all the rudiments of the game, and your capacity has been built. And then where is the place for me to exhibit that? And who is creating the market space for me? Which is why we've always known that there's Fugu, right?
Yeah.
And all our presidents from Kwame Nkrumah, from the Kwame Nkrumah to the current, his son, President John Dramani Mahama, have won Fugu. But when I saw the excitement
From
about,
Zambia.
yes, from Zambia, immediately I issued a statement that let's all wear Fugu on Wednesday, because I'm looking for markets. I'm looking for market opportunities for all the cultural expressions that we have. And thankfully, some people have taken it up and it's been done. But it shouldn't be that, opportunities come and we take advantage of it. No. We have to be deliberate about creating new markets for the crafts that we have. So we don't have a food court. We should be able to have a food court in Ghana. We should be able to have a Ghana fashion center where Ghanaian things are exhibited. Not just, for example, the art center. No, we should be able to have craft markets in all the regions, because we want to spread the domestic tourism feel. And if we ourselves don't create those kinds of environments in every region, then we are shortchanging ourselves. So I've been engaging regional ministers and MMDCs on my tour. When I go to the regions, I send messages ahead that the regional ministers ensure that I'm able to meet all of these people. And I've been appealing to them that because we do not have the budget to do the development in the communities, thankfully, we have a visionary president, President John Dramani Mahama, who has decided that the common fund that goes to them is improved. So now they have 80% of the common fund, which is a huge, huge leap from where they were. And so if they are minded to look at what space within the tourism, culture, and creative arts ecosystem that has the low-hanging fruits, then you decide that as an assembly, you are going to have this percentage of money to develop this particular thing, because you know that in 1 or 2 years, you can reap that money. We will provide the technical know-how. We have the experts in there, and we will help you develop a business plan and all of that. And I think that when we do that, in 5-10 years, I'm sure we would have made a lot of progress. I may not live to see it. I may live to see it, but it doesn't matter. We would have sown the seed for the next generation to benefit from. And of course, ultimately, improve on the GDP of our economy. Uncle KWESI, I've told hoteliers that the environmental issues that we are dealing with as a people affect everybody. And we cannot sit on the fence and watch Galamsey, for example, go on, and watch cocoa farms being sold for excavation and so on and so forth. We should all speak up, because you see, very soon when we can't grow food, if your clients in the hotel cannot find food to eat, why are they going to come to Ghana? They'll go elsewhere. Yeah. So there are different ways in which we can look at it, look at how tourism, culture, and creative arts, not only as a ministry, but as an environment within which jobs can be created, sustainable jobs are created, but also that we position ourselves to pass it on. When the St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister was here, he said the economy was fed by sugarcane. And then they took a decision and shifted to tourism, and they're doing better. We can do it too, but we have to be deliberate about it. We have to face the bull by the horns and take that bold decision that this budget, this is how much we have. We're going to put 1/4 of it in the tourism, culture, and creative arts sector, and we will reap the benefits.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much, KWESI.
Well,
Thank you.
we've been talking with or to, I'm not sure which one, the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. And I hope that all of us have learned a few things from this conversation. Until next week when we come your way again, please keep your dial on Pan-African Television because we bring you the best in everything. News, current affairs, sports, everything. Stay with us until we meet you again. And it's goodbye from the producer, director of the show, George Viner, from Adam Lumon, the director, and Tijani, who played a very special role in getting this interview going. See you all again next week. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
This
Truly African. You were being sarcastic about Lindsay.